Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the HelloBaden show live from Baden. Coming to you tonight live from Baden from my living room. How you guys doing tonight? And happy Wednesday. It's not long now before the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon comes on, and I watch that, or as I call it, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, even though it's Jimmy Fallon's show. And the night show will always be the night show. I say it's the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon because I'm watching it. And then I'm going to go to bed after that. But before I do, we're going to do this my way. My way is never the highway, unless I'm in my house. And then it depends on who I'm talking to, whether I say it's my way or the highway. But when I do my little bits and my little taste of what the whole show is going to include, it's not just my way, but it is my way. It's never going to be the highway. You know, I might take the low road and someone else might take the high road, but it's done my way. Just like my comedy is kind of like, I guess, one of a kind. Because I'm a serious comedian. But then it depends on what mood I'm in if I'm going to hit you with stand up or the serious comedian side. Or maybe even a combination of both. At least it's going to be done my way. You know, like I've had people, just in general, talk about one of my shows, one of my things I had said that I'm celibate. Okay, I am. Somebody had asked me, how do you do that? I'm not thinking. I'm walking back from my family member's house, and I said, "How to do what?" I thought I put on my roommate. I said, "Oh well, that's easy." I said, "He's overbearing. I know he's overbearing, but known him for like 18 years." I said, and it's one of those type of deals. You know the person, and you know he's overbearing. But I don't believe in anybody being homeless because I don't. Look, if he wasn't a good person, he wouldn't be in my spare back bedroom sleeping, and I'm sleeping in my front bedroom. Strictly non-sexual deal. He says, I just don't know how you do it. I said, well, it ain't easy. I said, but I manage to do a lot of walking away. Sometimes I don't do it, depending on what mood I'm in. He says, I says, but we've got 3 beautiful children together. But he still gets to be overbearing. Keep in mind, my children were like 37, which he's grown. So he's not a child anymore. He's a grown man. 22. She's grown. Probably on her own now, too. 19 to 20. And he's probably grown and on his own, too. And probably out of school. Or maybe still going to school. And still in where he was. I won't say because I'm not allowed to. Then you got my 16-year-old. Okay, he's still going to school. Then my 18-year-old. I'll never leave my baby out though, but my 18-year-old, she's probably getting ready to graduate school, and who knows, she might go to college, she might not. And then my 14-year-old, she has little problems too, but she's okay. But they all don't live in the house. So there's only like 2 adults, well, one adult and one human, and two dogs in my house. So, needless to say, it's and yours is probably an ankle biter, but I still love him just the same. Short black hair collie pit, 21 years old. Now you know at that age they're like 147 in human years. So you know their bones are gonna hurt when it gets damp. So why put them in dampness when it's not needed? Now look, she might not complain like a 147-year-old may not complain or may complain. But it still might hurt their bones. So which we going to put them in the situation for like that? In other words, knowing you can't use the tub, why you keep using the tub when you know the water goes down the drain and it leaks? How many dogs we got in the house? I asked. You want to rant or rave? Do a rant, right? About what I was saying, but the tub leaking. Oh, it doesn't. It does. It doesn't leak down there. It does. It doesn't. How many dogs we got in the house? Which one's a 21-year-old? And which one lives in the basement? Don't you think that a 21-year-old dog, whom I love as my very own four-legged child, grown adult woman now, just because they don't complain doesn't mean that their bones don't ache. Why are you going to get it damp down there on her? He's like, so what are you going to do? Stop taking a bath? I said, I take a standing bath. That's just fine. This is very efficient. Especially whether the tub would leak water downstairs in my basement or not. I said, a standing bath is very efficient. It does the same thing as if you taking and standing underneath that water and running the water down the drain, which makes it drip into the basement, which will make the bones of my 21-year-old short black hair collie pit who's swallowing his bones hurt. Even though she doesn't complain. It works the same way, only you don't have that problem with the water going down the drain and leaking into the basement. And he gets you clean. You ought to try taking a stand-up bath sometime. It works really good. You take off a sock, take off your other sock, wash your feet, wash your legs. If you got a pair of shorts on, you can wash your feet and legs both at the same time. Wash your face, wash your hands, wash your neck. Then you go back over it all, everywhere, with plain water on the rag. Done. Done deal. And I didn't have to run that water one time down the drain. Have it drip down in the basement. It's like, okay, now you want to go this route. And now you want to, why'd you start that? I said, I didn't start anything. You did. Now you're going to go hide. No, I'm not going to go hide. I'm not scared of you. He said, I'm not scared of you anymore. You're not scared of me no less either. Said, if you're not, you better be. Because you see, I'm 55 years old. I'm blonde. And I'm menopausal. So, me being menopausal, blonde, blue eyes, Northern and Southern European, German, Russian, English, Irish, French, Black American, Native American, and Netherlands, which is Dutch, and I'm glad I finally got that right because I knew it was, but I was told when I first met dad threw out. My dad threw, who's in heaven now on the other side, watching over me, probably here, right here in this room, which I wouldn't know right now because my human eyes I've got. But I'm sure he is. I was saying, isn't Netherlands, don't they speak Dutch? Well, my sister Carla, she was sending me all this stuff, and she says, that I wouldn't know. They do. I looked it up. And the language of the Netherlands people is Dutch. So I knew I wasn't wrong after 55 years, but at the time, I was like 53. So, and my sister Carla and I just was first meeting. And I just met back up with my dad through video. And that was before the cancer took over and God called him home to get him out of the pain and put him in his body that he was supposed to be in. Now he is in for all eternity. And I'm thinking, well, they do. And so dad is like German Russian, mainly, but Netherlands in there. My mom was French, English, and Irish. Dad has a little English and a little Irish, and he also has more German and Russian, but a little bit of Netherlands in there, and Evelani's plus he also has to have a little bit of Indian in it because Anna Evelani is who would she say, half Indian and half black, because Grandma Betty's uh, Native American and black. So I've got a quarter Native American in me and half black. And more Russian German than anything else. But all of that aside, outspoken and all that it is, you see, if he's not afraid of me, he better be afraid of me. Because I'll tell you, with a blonde menopausal woman, being blonde and having no temper, you never know anyway. 1 minute to the next, what mood the blonde's going to be in. Okay. Especially being menopausal. Definitely not knowing what mood they're going to be in. Definitely don't know if they're going to be crying. Oh my goodness. Why'd you say that to me? Oh, you should have never done that. You're going to really get it now. So you really want to know whether to duck, run, jump, swim, or all three at the same time. And you won't even know high, how low, or in between. So you maybe even do it all. So really, never PO a menopausal blonde woman, especially a menopausal blonde, all of the above nationalities, outspoken, and the fuse on the dynamite is 0. So I'm like a walking explosion at any moment. Also, at the same time, being menopausal has its good points. You can have all the fun you want, not to worry. At any given time. Plus, no more ministrations. So you don't have to worry about having to buy extra stuff or waking up with a mess. Unless it's the kind of mess that you might create with having fun. Also, menopause them. Like, when's the last time you went to the doctor? For what? Well, I don't know. Got checked out for what? Oh, I don't know. VD, clap, gonorrhea, AIDS, the crabs, gentile warts. Uh, when's the last time you had a fever over 102? Have you been checked for COVID-19? Let me see your vaccination cards. Have you been vaxxed? When's the last time you've had all your childhood vaccinations? Or do you believe that you shouldn't get the vaccines? I got to see your medical history. I got to see your vax cards. I don't need to see your health history. I just need to see your sexual health history. Oh, have you got mad at somebody, a woman, for no reason and went to hit on them? And I don't mean in a sexual way, a physical contact way. When's the last time without her being willing?